folks, I'm out on the property walking around. The house is way back there, and if you can hear the dog barking, or dogs barking, it sounds like they're 100 yards from me. Now, they are a long walk from where I'm at. Sound it echoes through these trees like it's right beside you. Got a camera right here. I've got to check it. I haven't checked it in a long time. This is a deer trail. That's why I got the camera on it. There's a lot of deer that come through right here. Really nice deer. But there's a pile of bucks that come through right here. And I do have a ladder stand back here. I'm trying to get to the ladder stand. I injured my back again just recently, 5 days ago. And I'm having a difficult time walking. And so I'm just trying to keep moving to exercise it. But it's horrible. I haven't dealt with back pain like this in, oh gee whiz, it's been a long time, many years. So I'm just out walking today we went to Walmart, and Kim had to get some things, so I rode up there with her. And I went in, we walked around for a little bit while she picked up a few groceries. And it just got to the point my legs were hurting so bad from my back. My sciatica is inflamed big time on my right side. And I just couldn't take no more after about 40 minutes or so of walking. So I went back to the truck and I just sat there and waited on her. But anyhow, I'm good. It's just got to work itself out, I guess. It just is what it is. I've got a bad back, and it doesn't take much to mess it up. I'm going to go sit in the ladder stand over here. The way I'm having to walk, my legs are burning. I just want to check over here where this scrape is at, and I don't remember if I took the camera out of here or if I left it. There's a scrape right over here. I've only hunted this stand a couple of times, but what I was getting to earlier before I got distracted and sidetracked, we stopped hunting right here. We don't allow anyone to hunt here. Okay, this camera's gone. It was right here on this tree. But we closed this section because there are a ton of bucks, and just literally dozens. This is the trail. This is where they come through right here. That's a scrape, big, huge scrape. There's another one. And they come through. I'm on the trail right now, but I don't want somebody sitting here hunting and they see horns coming and they get buck fever and they end up shooting these young deer. We don't want the young ones shot. They're legal deer. They're legal to harvest by Florida law, but on our property, we want to try to preserve them, give them a chance to grow and mature and have offspring. this right here. I marked this ribbon so I could do my yardage from the crossbow from that stand. It's 30 yards right here. There was a scrape right here. This was from a year ago, that scrape. And they've got a trail they're coming through right here also. And I did have a camera here, but all I got on it was does and some little baby bucks, little 4-point bucks, but tiny, very, very young deer. So I moved it over. I moved it from over here at that pine tree, just right back over here, and we're getting, mature 4- and 5-year-old deer coming through. This right here is where I was putting minerals out right here. Before season started, I had a big mineral pile. And they keep coming. It leaches into the soil from the rain, and the deer keep coming back, and they'll paw at it and dig up some of that sand until they get into the minerals that have leached into the sand from below. Oh, the squirrels have gotten into that burlap. They are horrible on it. Looks like they got my bag of napkins too. You can see all the chew marks in that one. These were all folded up in a little baggie, and they were zip tied underneath the seat up there. Oh, I don't know if I can climb this. Oh, good gracious. Oh. I gotta make sure that there are no hornet bugs in here anywhere. Oh, they have messed this up. Good grief. I don't know. Chris and I were just talking the other day and wondering if the burlap that we've put on this stand and several others, if we would get 2 years out of it this year. We did not the last few years. But this one here, oh geez. This burlap right here, we put some all-weather spray, weather something spray. The bug just hit me in the head. And, I was making sure it wasn't a hornet. Gosh. Oh, Lord. The last step was a bit of a booger. This really is a beautiful area right here where I'm at. I wish I would have, I could have hunted it. It's not that I wasn't able to. It is our property. But when you start scaring the deer away, if you scare 2 or 3 of them from them seeing you, smelling you, knowing that you're there, when they vacate, they take a lot of the others with them, and they're communicating somehow. I don't know how these animals do it. I believe it's all through telepathy, and they're able to communicate without a language. And when they come into an area and they get startled, they're spooked, they pick up on something in that area that isn't right. when they leave, the others also seem to pick up on it, without coming in. And we've witnessed that in several different areas where we hunt. So to keep the deer coming through right here so we wouldn't affect them, we stopped hunting it. We only hunted this stand 3 times. We didn't shoot anything out of it, but we did hunt it 3 times. And several of the bucks that we had coming through this past year, next year, they should be 3 to 3.5 years old. They're young right now. So hopefully one more year they'll be right at the verge of being mature bucks, and Kim and Rosie will be able to come in here and easily get them a good buck. So that's the plan. I'm going to relocate that camera where you guys can see. It's really, it's pretty that way too, but it's, I don't think you guys are able to see a whole lot. Well, that's Kim. I thought a goat was screaming. It sounded like a goat hollering in pain. It's Kim. She's loud. She's real loud. All right, stand by just 1 second. There we go. That's a little better. Now you guys can sort of see the area. This is our perspective. I got to fix this. I'll do that next year. I'm not going to try to do it right now. What it is, the squirrels, a lot of small animals, they worked on building nests and bedding areas and getting prepared for the spring birthing season where they're giving birth to babies. Squirrels come up here and they shred this. Once they start tearing it up, then you got the mockingbirds and the blue jays and all these other birds. They come up and they start picking at it, and they use that stuff in their nest. But I figured putting that preservative on it to waterproof it and preserve it would help. But you can see where they're even tearing the foam off. Look at all the peck marks, and that's from birds right there, where they're picking at the foam. But anyhow, this is our perspective. When you're sitting up here, the deer come in right there, straight through there. And I left these limbs hanging over to where we got somewhat of a shot. You can make some 40-yard shots through there, but you really got to sew the needle to prevent hitting any limbs or anything. And so we got it set up. The pink ribbon down there, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to make it out. There's a pink one and an orange one. That's that 30-yard mark. So once they get inside of that 30-yard ring, then it's all good. I put that orange marker up of the pink ribbon right there. That's 20 yards from where I'm sitting. And then I had one over here. This spot right here, you can shoot 35 yards, open shot right there. And there's another deer trail right through here. And every time the deer come down that trail, they bust me. And it doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing. And I don't think they're silhouetting me because we got all this stuff here that kind of helps break up my outline. And when I'm hunting in here, I sit on this other side of the stand. I sit right here. I'm right-handed, and that way, if one of them comes in here, I've only got a few little holes I can shoot through with a crossbow. I have to swap it over left-handed to where I can shoot because of the tree. I'm unable to make a right-hand shot right here. I'll have to do left hand. This is just extra cordage for pulling these limbs over right here closer to my stand. And see, I got a rope right here pulling that over. It's just to help conceal it. But I'll be redoing it this year, and I will be filming from here. I'll mount the camera on this little tree right here. I'll put my gator clip thing right there around the tree, and it's got a flexible arm on it. I can put the camera on it. I can I can self-film. And what I do as soon as it breaks daylight, legal shooting hours, then I power the camera on. I connect it to my cell phone via the app, DJI Mimo app. And when a deer comes in, if he's right here and he's looking at me, it doesn't matter. I've got my phone sitting right here beside me. I just reach over to the phone and I hit record with my finger. And due to this material, they can't see me. And the camera that I'll have mounted right here will start filming. The only issue I ran into was this past season was the first year we put this stand up, and I had the camera mounted over here. I'm sitting on this far side of the stand. I had two does come through from right over there. They come right out of that thick stuff, and they walked up and were looking at me. Well, I glanced down at my phone that was sitting right here, and the angle the camera was at, you could only see their legs. They were just at the top of the screen, like what you're seeing now. They're like right here. You could just barely see the legs. And I waited until they wasn't looking. I eased up here. I was going to tilt the camera up to get them, and they seen me. So they left. I wasn't going to shoot them. I just wanted to get them on video, and I messed it up. Oh, it's so pretty out here. Somebody's shooting. I don't know who was shooting. We've got two neighbors now. And I don't know if they're shooters. They're older than I am. Quite a bit older. I think I'm going to walk out over here to where the four-wheeler trail. It comes in behind me. Right here. This is the trail. This is how we get to this stand. We walk in right here. And I pull the four-wheeler in. I pull it up right there, and then I'll park it. If I got to work on the stand, if I need the four-wheeler in here for tools or whatever, I just drive it in down this little path. We'll walk out of this path right here, I think. I've got to move. My back is starting to really, really throb. And so I'm going to get down. I got to get up off my rump. That sciatic nerve cuts through your bottom. There's one on the left and one on the right side, right through your cheeks. And boy, when they get inflamed, it doesn't take much. Just carrying a wallet in your back pocket will trigger it. Well, let me get down. I wonder if I can do this. Ooh. Good grief. That is so painful. I do not like this. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to all the weird stuff that is beginning to happen at Giza, the Great Pyramid. Scientists have detected a structure over at Giza. Oh, what am I caught on? Hang on, you guys. I got the camera in one hand. There we go. They've detected a structure underneath the pyramid, and they got some type of sophisticated scanning equipment, satellite scanning equipment, and it's detecting heat rising from under the pyramid. And when they scanned it with whatever radar system, whatever it is that they're using, they're seeing these structures, these 8 cylindrical structures that are directly underneath the Great Pyramid, and they're vertical, where they go from the base of the pyramid straight down into the earth, and They originally said that they go down about 2,000 feet, and now they're thinking they may go down significantly further, but they are not natural. And now we're back at that little area where it's messing up history. You know, we get taught a bunch of goofy stuff about the Egyptians built the pyramids and toted them 20-ton blocks in, and just a bunch of goofy nonsense. I don't know who built the pyramids, but personally, my own opinion is that the fallen angels, maybe their offspring, I don't know, but I do believe it was entities far more technologically advanced than we will ever be. Oh, wow, this broke. It sure is, it broke. It's alive, so it hadn't been broke long. There's no tracks. We haven't had any rain, so I don't know who come in here. But anyhow, what I was getting at on the Great Pyramids, many of you are familiar with Jesse, and he has the channel BP Earthwatch, and he's also got the website bpearthwatch.com. Jesse is a Christian man. If you're not subscribed to his channel, I urge you to jump over there and subscribe, join his family there. He is just a wealth of knowledge, and Jesse is absolutely a praying man, a God-fearing man, him and his wife. But he shares a lot of knowledge, a lot of insight, things that he discovers, and he is constantly looking for, and there's a group of Christian people that call themselves the Watchmen, and they do what they believe the Lord has called them to do, which is to share information, to keep all of us in the know. There's going to be a biblical time coming upon us that is going to change everything that we know. And I believe it's all tied in to the great day of the Lord, when men's hearts will fail them for what they see. It's going to be a frightening time, but anyhow, Jesse has a lot of information that he's shared about what's going on, what he can find out on the pyramid thing. Extremely fascinating. But these scientists think they found pretty much a small city underneath the base of the Great Pyramid, deep under the base of the pyramid. So how did that get there? But there's a buck rub right there. He had uploaded a video, and he's explaining about the bottomless pit, where the angel comes forth with the key and he opens the bottomless pit, where all these demons, all these beings are locked away. And he was showing where if you go back into the original scripture, the ancient writing, I believe it's the Greek or Roman, I don't remember, you guys, so don't quote me exactly on that. But when you go to those writings, it doesn't say the bottomless pit. It calls it a cistern, a container, basically. And it is, a lot of people believe that cistern, the bottomless pit, is under the Great Pyramid. And if that's the case, then why is it like heating up, and it's heating up fast from deep in the earth, directly under the pyramid? It's a lot of crazy information, a lot of crazy stuff happening. There's a big buck rub right there. There's another one. No, I have not seen these. And I don't see any damage on these limbs. So it's probably a community rub, or it's some young deer, some does, a little bit of everything coming in here and just marking. But anyhow, that whole topic is something altogether different. But it's just, for me personally, it's extremely fascinating. I don't know, what lies in store for us, what's coming. According to the good book, it's going to be good and it's going to be bad. It's going to be good because there will initially supposedly be 144,000 that will just vanish. The Lord will take away. Not throw away, but He'll take them into His kingdom, and they will not have to suffer through those things that are coming. But we have to keep our faith for whichever of us are left behind. We've got to hold faith, steadfast hold faith. And then once everything settles down, we'll be with our Father and our loved ones. We are not going to be left. Not all of us will be part of that original taking away, that vanishing, or whatever it is. But it's going to be a rough time. It's going to be a very, very rough time to go through. But the reward at the end of that journey is going to be absolutely phenomenal. There won't be any more suffering. We will have life by the horns, in a good way by the horns. Isn't that a beautiful little oak tree right here? Boy, it is so pretty. If these pines weren't right here on top of it, that thing would do good. Come here and rake all the pine straw back so all that acid isn't leaching into the root system. There's so much on this property that I haven't even seen yet. There's a deer trail right here. Where's it going? Looks like it's going right through there. The bedding area is right over there. I don't walk through the bedding area because I don't want to mess them up. Deer bed in there year round. But anyhow, jumping on to the topic of the Great Pyramid and what's going on with it right now. The reason I even mentioned it is it's just more of the high strangeness, the things that are beginning to happen. We're having a lot of UFO activity. Doesn't matter where you live on the planet. If you sit out at night and watch the stars, you can see them during the day too. It's a little harder to see them. Everything that I've seen during the day has been chrome, like chrome balls, or maybe it's a mirror. I don't know, but it's super shiny. But at night, we see it any night of the week that we go out. Sometimes you can sit there 5 minutes and you'll see something. Other times you may have to sit an hour or so. But there's a lot of really strange craft. There's strange creatures popping up everywhere. We live in a very prophetic time, and a lot of prophetic events are starting to unfold. Just keep your lamp full. Stay prayed up, everyone. And try to, constantly do good, help others when you have the opportunity to. We don't know what truly awaits us once we leave this physical earth. When we leave our physical body, none of us know what's truly on the other end. But we have faith that it's going to be a paradise, something in the lines of heaven, and the way folks have painted heaven to be. And I truly pray and hope that's what it is. I'm going to continue to believe that that's what it is. But just don't get distracted with all of the craziness that's going on in the world. Our world is literally full of hatred right now. There's so much hatred, and it's everywhere. The religious hatred is it's at an all-time high. There's several places in the world. It hasn't hit home yet. It's not here in our country. It's beginning. But in several countries across the big pond, they are killing Christians by the thousands. And that is happening presently in today's time. And it's just absurd. All the different religions, they're all basically the same to an extent. They're the same. There's a buck rub on that little wild myrtle right there. Got limbs broke off down here. Yeah, he's worked that. But all the different religions, with the exception of maybe that jihad stuff, but all of them believe in a Most High God, our Creator, and no matter what you believe, just a little bit of research, you'll realize there's much more than just one God. There's probably hundreds of thousands of gods. And the deeper you dig, the stranger that gets. Jesse on BP Earthwatch, I think it's BP Earthwatch 2. I think that's what it is now, due to something happening to his channel a few years back. But he shares some information, and a lot of it I knew from years of research through the past. But he's put up some recent stuff and discussing our Creator, and I've known him to be Yahweh, but there is some more. There's other information that he's found that shows a different name. Yahweh is a God. He is one of them. But the Most High, the name that he shared, I cannot pronounce it, but I actually, many years ago, I was praying really hard because I couldn't grasp Yahweh being God's name. I just, how do we know that? And anyway, I had a lot of personal confliction about that, and I prayed and prayed and prayed about it. And I was driving to Kim's house, it was before we got married, and praying about it, and I come up to a stoplight, and I was slowing down to stop, and I had a word that came to me, and I spoke it, and it came to me. I spoke it 3 times, and it just it shocked me because I wasn't intending to say anything. I was by myself, and it was a weird pronunciation, Eloah. Eloah. I can't say it now. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was when Jesse had shared the information he found about the name of the Most High God. when I seen it, that's when it, he talks about it, but I seen the actual word. He had put it up somewhere on screen, and I seen the spelling of it, and it was the word that I spoke 3 times at the stoplight that day. And it gave me goosebumps all over. We have a camera here. I've got a ladder stand here, but the oak tree it's on, the tree died. And that's a 21-foot ladder stand. And I am very heavy, and that stand is coming down. I'm not going to keep it there. My stepson Cody, he climbs up, sits in it, and he ain't bothered with it, but he's only 140 pounds. I'm 230, well, I'm 225 right now. But anyhow, I'm too heavy to be up there on a dead tree. So we got to take it down. I got to move it. And we'll be doing that soon, whenever my back eases up. But Cody was hunting this area. This area is close to where I put minerals out for the mamas and the babies. And so he's the only one I let hunt here. He hasn't harvested hardly anything. I think he got a little yearling doe one time and a spike buck, and that's all he's ever gotten. But this is his camera. The deer come through right there. That's the reason I put him up in this stand. I quit hunting it because so many mamas and babies were coming through. But I put him over here as a good spot. A lot of good deer come through. You just have to be patient. These deer come through from over here, and they come around and walk just about straight. They come straight through right here, and then they turn and they go that way. Anyhow, I'm just looking, you guys. I'm going to go over here to the 4-wheeler trail and make my way back to the truck. My back, my sciatic nerve on the right side is it is on fire right now. But it's doing me good to get out here and walk, and I was coming out anyway, and I decided, well, I'll just film. I don't have nothing to show you, as far as anything going on, and I'm not really looking for structures out here. I need to be, but I just have not trained myself to look for structures. I do recognize them sometimes when I see them, but normally you guys spot it in the videos, and I'll walk right past stuff and not know that it's a structure that is possibly put there by Sasquatch, and that happens a lot. I just don't have an eye for it like you guys do. I'm not a Bigfoot investigator. I am scared of them, and I just don't want a part of them. Got a scrape right here. Another community scrape. All through right here. I didn't know that was there. I can spot deer sign. I just I have a hard time finding the Sasquatch sign when they go out. Oh, this is the tree. This is the one we're going to move that ladder stand to. The day I found this tree, I didn't have any marking tape with me. All I had was strings in my pack, and I always carry small pieces of rope and strings in case something happens. I break my leg. All I got to do is, find me something dead like this I can break off, and I can make myself a splint. I'll be able to get out, and that's all I had on me. So I tied that all around the tree so that I could find it again. And what I didn't know at the time when I found the tree is that the 4 trail's right here. That's a buck rub on that little pine. They were pouring through right here. Should be. The trail should be right here somewhere. Isn't it pretty in here? Beautiful area. You gotta start paying attention for snakes. We're already getting snakes, snake tracks crossing the driveway crossing the sand trail that brings us back to the house. There's the Florida trail right here. I'm already seeing slides where rattlesnakes are crossing. And some of them slides are 7 or 8 inches wide. Now this trail, the Florida path, if you see the pink ribbon right here on this pine tree, and there's one the squirrels chewed. There's one right here, and then further back there's another one. This is the boundary. It's about 5 feet on the other side of it. And so I put ribbons up so that we know where this boundary is. That is a friend of ours owns that property. We got these bucks are coming. They're coming from his property. There's a buck rub right here. Pretty good one. And that's from this year. You can see the piece of wood hanging off where he's gouged it. Got a cut right there, got limbs broke on it. He's coming through, going right through there, right back, right over there where that tall ladder stand is. Getting a weird feeling right here. It's not bad, it's just weird. And this is not the first time that I've felt this in this area. I think it might possibly be a predator. When you get up here to the right, I've got a ground blind back in here, and I stopped hunting it because 2 or 3 weeks straight, I was getting a dozen or more pictures a day and video clips of some bears, and they were coming through continuously through there, and so I stopped hunting right there. I don't want to deal with no bear, and that's what I believe when I come in here. This is probably the 5th or 6th time I've had this weird feeling that I'm having now, and I haven't seen anything to suggest that it's a Sasquatch causing this feeling. So therefore I believe it's probably, these bears are probably denned up in here somewhere. I don't know where they would go. There's no caves or anything. Maybe up in a tree? I don't know. I'm gonna come through. I gotta cut that little pine tree down right there in front of me and clear this little bit of this Yopon holly brush and cut that dead tree so the Florida trail can come through here, because I'm rubbing this tree when I make this turn. So I gotta take this one out, and then I'll be able to come through right here and not rub nothing. Yeah, it's just that same weird feeling. It's pretty strong right now. But it's just the same thing that's happened multiple times before. But I've never seen or heard anything. It's just a feeling. And there may be a bear denned up in that real thick stuff right in there, maybe. It does feel like it's coming from this way, but that's possibly just suggestion, because it's thick and I can see that it's thick, and maybe I'm convincing myself that that's where it's coming from, but it could be coming from anywhere. If that plane would get out of here, you might be able to hear this magnolia. I want to try to dig it up, but I think it's rooted too deep. It'll kill it. I'd like to transplant it at the house, but we have a lot of baby ones. So there's one right there. But I'm not going to go over there. Oh, there's a vine. We are going to cut across right here. This trail goes back that way, and the truck is that way, so I'm going to cut through right here and get on this other road that's over here. That sounded like something moving in the leaves. Squirrel, I believe. Trying to listen. Right over here is where the deer were coming through. That ground blind's right over here. The deer were just flooding through here. Then the bears showed up. There were buck rubs up in here, a lot of them. Unless I'm not far enough down the trail. Oh, I didn't come out the right spot. I cut in the woods too early. I should walk further down. There's the blind right there. I thought I was past the blind. I'm not. There's the ground blind. The snow collapsed it. It's no good no more. It is torn up. That is my stepson's camera. He was supposed to hunt the ground blind. He set it up, and he never come in and hunted it. And the buck rubs are right over here. We're gonna go this way. This is the way the turkeys, when the turkeys come through, they always go this way, and I've never walked this way. Let's see where it goes. On the, oh geez, I don't remember the name of the video. The recent video I uploaded, where I had my third experience with that ultrasound mess. I've had several people reach out to me and ask when I was going back over there to film again, and I just want to clarify now to everyone, I will not be going back to that property. There's nothing fun about experiencing that. If that was that infrasound mess, which I'm almost 100% positive that's exactly what happened. I don't want to experience it again. I don't want no part of that. That stuff, when it hits you, is debilitating. It shuts you down. You can't function. It's very hard to think. It's very hard to, if you have good direction when you're out in the forest and where you don't need a compass, you don't need a GPS, you have that built-in homing sensation. It won't work for you if you experience that infrasound. It confuses you, and you stay in this real deep state of confusion. It's horrible. It's sickening. The day that happened, I stopped filming, I got on the four-wheeler, and I left that property, and I didn't get 50 yards away from where the four-wheeler was parked, and I got sick. I emptied the contents of my stomach. Aggressively got sick. I rinsed my mouth out from a water bottle, and I took off, and I got maybe 100 yards away from that area, and everything's fine. I was back to normal. But I will not be going back over there. I don't know what happened over there. I am absolutely positive that it was that infrasound mess. I am 100% positive that's what I experienced. This road turns right here. It just turns and it goes back that way. I'm not going that way. This one turns and goes that way. We got to go back over here where the truck is. But anyhow, I'm not saying this to be rude in any way, but if you're asking me to go back over there to film, you're wasting your breath. I am not doing it. I am not a Bigfoot investigator. I do not seek them out. I do not want to find them. I've seen them. I know they're real, and that's enough for me. I am scared to death of them things. I don't want nothing to do with them. Don't want to be around them. They're not my friend. And they're not some fluffy, furry animal that wants you to come up and, rub on their leg and pet them on the head. These things will dismember you if you get in the wrong area, and they have young ones. And you walk in the picture, it's show over for you. There's just a lot of people that believe that the Sasquatch people, they're just a really friendly race of beings, and they just love everyone. As long as you don't harass them, they're okay. And that's not the truth. I know too many people and have interviewed too many people that have had horrible experiences with the Sasquatch people, and they did nothing to cause it to happen. They didn't try to escalate a situation. They didn't attempt contact with them. They were minding their own business. They just happened to be where these beings passed through, and it was just a bad day for them. You have an experience like that, it ruins your life. My experience was in 2011, and the one that messed me up. That was the most horrifying experience I've ever had. And to this day, I still suffer from the effects of running into that thing. I don't wish that on anyone. My worst enemy, he may deserve to have his backside whacked a few times, but he definitely doesn't deserve to run into one of those beings. I don't know why I put this ribbon right here. I don't remember. Unless this may have been the area I'm going to put that tower blind. That may be why it's here. I did not start my tracker. Dad burn it. Got to go somewhere back up in here. I do not feel that weird vibe anymore that I was feeling back there on the 4-wheeler trail. It stopped. Everything feels just fine. Everything's hunky-dory. I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of here. I'm going to open my app and see where I'm at exactly. On my Spartan Forge app. I really, really like that app. I love that app. I'm looking at my little indicator, that blue thing. You see the little smoke on it? As I turn, you see it turning. Now, I should be... Okay, the way that little smoke is pointing, right through there, the truck should be through there. And I didn't spray for ticks. I am just a mess. I am all out of whack. Haven't got anything right. There's a little clearing right there. I'm going to go through right here and see. Maybe that'll get me in a more open area where I can get through a little easier. Oh, this got thorns all over it. Oh, gosh. And that was a thorn that just ran across my ankle. Oh, my Lord. Golly. There should be some orange ribbons in here. I've got a ladder stand back over here somewhere. I haven't come to it from the way that I'm going. And I need to be going back this way, I do believe. I don't know what that was. Ouch. Looks like a deer trail right through here. There's some oaks right there. There's a little patch of oaks near that ladder stand. If you're sitting in it, it's like right to the left of the way you face. Thought I'd be able to see them oaks pretty easily, but not. I think I'm a lot further than what I'm imagining. It's oak trees that sort of look like this one, similar, just a different type of oak. There's one oak right up there, but it's several of them. It's 5 or 6 of them in a cluster. It's got to be there's one oak there, and there's another one. There's an oak. Just follow this little opening right here. Hope I see a ribbon through the. See, oh, here we are. Here we are. There's a ladder stand right there. Where's? Oh, none of the oaks have leaves on them. This is one right here. This oak. That's one of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and there's my other ribbon marking the rub. I'm gonna walk over there, and then I'll circle around. We'll come right behind this. The truck is right there at the end of this trail. Good. I feel better. Oh, there's a baby magnolia. I can get that one without killing it. Good deal. I didn't know that one was even there. There's my ladder stand right there through the tree. I just want to see if I have not hunted this spot at all this year. We didn't even come in here to it. So there's normally a big, they'll have scrapes all right here on the ground. I had a camera up on this little pine tree right here, and that was one of them that was stolen when them guys came in and stole all my stuff. And there's one little scrape. This whole area right here is like a big divot. It's all down 3 or 4 inches from the ground around it, and it's just from years of them coming in and using this Yopon holly as their scraping bush. Don't look like they've done much to it. One little bitty trail. This is the deer trail. These deer would come in. I don't know how well it's coming out on camera, but it turns this way. Now it used to go this way. It'd go right through right there, and it comes out and they cross the road. After I put this ladder stand in, they started going this way, coming right to it. And they come all the way up. They started this trail like 2 weeks after I put the stand up. There's the stand right there. And this trail goes right through, right here, and they come right behind it, right there. Isn't that wild? And all I had to do is be sitting in the ladder right here, 10 foot from them. And they come through right there. Oh, got a spider on my head. There's the truck. I'm just going to walk over here and get on the trail. Look at all the deer impressions right there in that soft stuff, a lot of them. So they're coming through right here to my trail. And this trail I did make. It was not a game trail. I made this one. Alright, I'm going to go back to the truck and then I'm going to go home. My back is on fire. I just wanted to get something up. It makes me feel better when I film, and for me, being behind the camera, it feels as though all of you are with me and I'm talking to you guys like I'm part of your group, and it just makes you feel good when you realize you have so many friends and brothers and sisters that care about you. It really, really makes you feel good. But anyhow, I'm going to go to the house. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you heard or seen anything in this video or any other video that I upload, if you find something and I don't mention it in the video, please make a note in the comment section for that video with a timestamp and a brief description of what you found. I'd greatly appreciate it, and many, many others here would appreciate it as well, especially our brothers and sisters that are part of the Bigfoot investigation world. Them guys, they know what to look for to spot these beings. They know what is truly evidence and what is not. And I'm not one of them. I can identify a lot of the structures they do, but I'm just not keen to all of them. There's just a small handful that I'm familiar with, but those guys, they know about a lot of stuff that I haven't even imagined yet. But y'all have an amazing afternoon. I love you all. God bless you. And I will be going live. I don't know if I can do it tonight. I might. But I'll have to do it from my tablet or my phone, most likely in the backyard. But I almost have an area set to where I can do it inside the house. All I'm missing is I've got to run the yellow cord that plugs into your internet box, router box, or modem, whatever that thing is. Ethernet. I think it's Ethernet cord. It looks like an oversized phone wire. I gotta run that from our computer, our internet thing, and run it to another room in the house, and I just don't know how to do it. I don't want to drill holes through walls or anything, but I may have to go through the floor under the house and then come up into the other room, and I just don't want to tear the house up. But that way I can do a live show, and I can do it being wired to the internet instead of 100% wireless. The wireless has been working fantastic, but I don't want it to freeze up and all that goofy stuff. It's aggravating when that happens. But I'll see you guys down the road. Be safe in whatever you do. Be blessed and be well. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.